You know that feeling when you have so many ideas, so many plans, all firing off at once, and you just freeze? It's like you know there's something brilliant in there, but it's completely buried under this mountain of mental chaos. Well, today, we're going to talk about a really powerful, totally new way to manage all that chaos. And here's the best part: without all the stress of trying to force your brain to be something it's not. Okay, let's just sit with that for a second. 50 browser tabs open at once, all playing different music. Wow. If that hits home for you, then you are absolutely in the right place. Because for so many of us, this isn't just some clever metaphor, right? This is our daily reality. It's that feeling of having a brain that's so full of potential that it just short circuits.
So let's actually give this thing a name, right? Let's call it the 50-tab brain. And the real problem here, the fundamental issue, it isn't a lack of ideas, it's the exact opposite. It is a crippling surplus of them, all screaming for your attention at the exact same time.
And this creates this very specific kind of paralysis that we're going to call mental clutter. You know what's so frustrating about it? You can probably see the end goal perfectly, can't you? Like you can picture step 10, the finished thing, crystal clear. But because there are 50 other finished things also screaming for your attention, just finding step 1 for any of them feels completely impossible.
And what happens when a computer's processor gets totally overloaded? It crashes, right? Well, for our brains, that crash is shutdown mode. You know exactly what I'm talking about. It's that moment where you just give up and decide to scroll social media or binge watch something because the energy it would take to even start sorting through all that noise is just, it's way too much.
So what's the typical response when you're drowning in this chaos? You know it. We're always met with the most unhelpful advice in the world. Oh, you just need to get organized. Ugh, but what if that's the very thing that's been holding you back this whole time?
Okay, this is so important. Let's talk about this idea of an executive function battery. For anyone with a nonlinear, creative, or maybe an ADHD brain, the actual act of trying to force all those swirling, connected thoughts into neat little boxes, well, that's more exhausting than doing the actual work. By the time you've wrestled everything into the perfect color-coded folder system, your creative battery is totally drained. There's literally nothing left for the fun part. And this leads to such a huge emotional burden. It's this deep feeling of shame, right? The feeling that you're somehow broken or lazy because you can't just be organized like everyone else seems to be. Man, that is a heavy, heavy weight to carry around. And you know what? Today, we're going to put it down for good.
Okay, so this is the big turning point. If the old advice is not just useless, but actually makes things worse, then what on earth do we do instead? How do we actually harness the incredible power of that 50-tab brain without just getting crushed by the overwhelm?
Well, the answer lies in a complete shift in how we think about this. Instead of trying to force yourself to become an organized person, what if you just outsource the organization itself? What if you found an external tool that was literally built to handle chaos and find the hidden patterns inside it?
And this right here, this brings us to the most liberating, incredible idea of all. Your job isn't to be neat. It's not to be linear or logical. Your only job is to get your thoughts out of your head, to be loud in all their messy, chaotic, and absolutely brilliant glory.
So we can think of AI as this organizational layer. It basically sits between your raw, totally unfiltered brain dump and a real actionable plan. Its whole purpose in life is to listen to that tornado of thoughts and somehow pull out the simple 1, 2, 3 step-by-step path that was buried in there the whole time.
Okay, so that sounds great in theory, but what does this actually look like in practice? Let's get really practical here and walk through how you can take this idea and use it like right now to tame your own mental clutter. And hey, I'll be the first one to admit it. My raw thoughts, my initial brain dumps, they are an absolute mess. Total nonsense. They ramble, they're repetitive, completely out of order. And that's the whole point. That's not a bug, it's a feature. In fact, the messier your input, the more you prove just how powerful this whole process is. And this just shows you how incredibly low the barrier to entry is. Your one and only job is to give it the raw input. What does that mean? It could be a rambling voice memo you record while walking the dog. It could be a stream of consciousness note you type into your phone, a messy transcript. There's no grammar required, no punctuation needed, and absolutely no order is necessary. Just dump.
The whole process is almost laughably simple. Seriously. Step 1, you dump. Just let all that mental clutter spill out into the AI. Step 2, the AI does its thing.
It acts as your personal organizational layer. And step 3, the AI hands you back what we call the linear bridge, a super clear 1-2-3 plan that finally connects all your chaotic thoughts to that perfect step 10 you could see in your head the whole time.
And the outcome here, it is truly transformative. This is about so much more than just ticking boxes and getting things done. This is about fundamentally changing the relationship you have with your own mind. This really is the core philosophy, isn't it? Stop fighting the tornado. Just stop. Stop trying to wish it away or force it into some neat little straight line. Your brain's natural process, that tornado, that's your superpower. So lean into it. Let the storm happen, but for goodness sake, turn the recorder on so you can capture all that lightning.
Look, at the end of the day, this is not just another productivity hack. This is an act of profound self-care. It's like clearing the RAM in your overloaded brain. It stops that constant low-level hum of anxiety and finally gives you the mental space to breathe and to actually create.
And that's really what makes this particular moment in technology so incredibly exciting. For the very first time, we have a tool that's powerful enough to not just withstand the tornado of a creative, nonlinear mind, but to actually catch it, understand it, and then hand you back a blueprint for something amazing.
So, I'm going to leave you with this one question. I want you to really think about all those brilliant ideas that are currently trapped inside your own mental clutter. You know the ones. All those projects just sitting on the back burner because you could never find step 1. So, what will you finally build or write or create now that you actually have a way to hear your own ideas clearly?